It's us again. Me and Sullivan. He's a good boy, aren't you? He's got to a point now where he's letting me stroke him. But then he turns around and he's like, should I bite her? Should I not? It's normally he does. So I picked a beautiful book. I found it in the sale section of Waterstones. And it was originally... I don't know. I don't even know what I paid for this one. Oh, well, do you know what? It's a good book, so it's good. I don't care what I paid for it. You know, unless Daddy asks, then we don't tell him. We go, oh, got it from the library. Because we have to lie sometimes. It's just how it is. This one is called, What Do You Do With an Idea? Right? So, it's beautiful. The illustrations in it are absolutely epic. Look at this. Okay, so the idea, a bit like you, is an egg. The idea is an egg with a crown on it. And basically, it was a little boy. And one day, he had an idea. And he didn't know what to do with the idea. He didn't know whether to sort of just, you know, tell people. Because if you tell someone your idea, there is that risk that they will say, that's a stupid idea. And that's what he was scared of. So what he did was he decided to I'm just going to ignore the idea. Pretend it never happened. So he walked away from it, but it followed him. And it just wouldn't leave him alone. So he tried hiding it. And again, it got out and it followed him. And he tried to act like nothing had changed, that he'd never had an idea, that nothing was changing. And then he kind of started to think, well, my idea's all right. I quite like my idea. It's quite magical. I quite like it. So what he did was he decided he was going to look after it. And he was going to feed it. And he was going to care for it. And he was going to take time and effort and put it in. And, you know, yeah, if you show people and they didn't like it, then that's not great. So, you know, he did. He got to a point where he couldn't even imagine life before he had that idea. So the whole story is just like, what do you do with it? And the more he treated the idea well and cared for it and nurtured it, the bigger it got. And by the end of it, he's got this like massive egg following him around, and he's just like, he's in love with it, completely in love with the fact that he has this idea. And then finally, he decides, you know what, it's a good idea and I'm going to let it out. And one day, this is what the book says, then one day something amazing happened. My idea changed right before my very eyes. It spread its wings, took flight and burst into the sky. And literally, then it's in colour, like full colour. All the way through the book, the egg is gold, but everything else is like a drab, dreary kind of colour. And boom, it busts out. And it's, I don't know how to describe it, but it went from being here to being everywhere. And it wasn't just a part of me anymore. It was now a part of everything. And then I realised what you do with an idea. You change the world. What a lovely sentiment. It really is. Dude, do you mind? Lovely sentiment. If you have an idea, or a child, for example, because these are children's books, so obviously the story... You going to come up? Oh, you're just going to puff your head up at me. The sentiment is aimed at the child, and therefore, it's great to teach a kid. You know, if you have an idea, no matter what you think of that idea, no matter how small, you know, if you nurture it and put the effort in, you could change the world. And I love that. I love that. Kids are starting to really, you know, up the ante now. You know, there's kids starting litter picking. There's children that are, you know, raising money for charities, that kind of thing. So, you know, what do you do with an idea? Change the world. I love it. So it is by Kobi Yamada, illustrated by May Basom. I hope I said that right. and it won something. Independent Publisher Book Award. It got a gold stamp. It's a bit of a big deal. It just says, you know, if you have an idea, think big. And it'll get bigger, and the more you put in and the effort. I love it. I think it's a beautiful book. Can't remember how much it was. It was in the sale. Can get it from Waterstones. I'm sure if you look online you'll be able to find it, because, like, the internet has everything. It does. Well, that's me and Sully. What do you do with an idea? Get it, buy it. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Have fun, my little pickles. We're going to say goodbye. We're going to say goodbye. Yeah, I know. I just love him so much. Take care now.